He's swinging a fly ball, right field. It's high, it's deep, and that ball is gone! Oh, man!
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the Motown Madness channel. This week I'm going to be talking a little about the Tigers' opening day and then the season they've had up until this point. It's been a week, and so I'm going to cover this week, week one, and hopefully get this out every week around the Thursday mark. Kind of do that Thursday through Wednesday week and post that Thursday so you get the whole week in review. That's kind of my goal. We'll see if that happens, but So future Caleb here, that week one did not happen because of all the rain delays and postponed games. I decided to just make this a series one review. So the series against the White Sox. And then hopefully next week I'll do the full week in review and we'll start there. But right now, series one review. Yeah, that's going to be my goal going forward, is to do a weekly Tigers update. Hopefully get a little analytical over here more than we would on the podcast. Speaking of the podcast, check out the Big D podcast where Ben and I talk all things Detroit sports. We're on episode 30 now, so check out all those before and now. YouTube link is in the description. Check that out. Also, while you're at it, subscribe down below. Hit the notifications bell so you get all notified when we post, and also head on over to our TikTok and our Instagram. Instagram has been popping off since the Tigers started. I've been cooking up some posts there. Hopefully going to get the TikTok back up and going again here shortly. So head on over there, subscribe over there, and let's get into it. So the format I kind of want to rock with these videos is kind of going series by series. So we're going to do a series review, and then get into the other series, and potentially the start of another one if the week's kind of offset, which is likely to happen eventually. This week it works out perfectly because we got two series to cover and that's it. So hopefully I'm going to go series by series, and then at the end do a little kind of season yearly update or review, get a little bit more statistical with that. And hopefully that's the format we're going to rock with. We're going to start with that at least and go from there. So stay tuned. But first of all, let's get into it. Tigers and White Sox. So the Tigers opened their season off in Chicago against the White Sox, a little interdivision matchup here on March 28th is their opening day. Took that Friday off. I'm not really sure what the scheduling was there, but they did, and then played Saturday and Sunday, and we swept them, baby. So shout out the Tigers. A great series. One of only 4 teams after this series that was undefeated. And yeah, honestly, a great series. We got Scooble versus Crochet on Thursday. Crochet had his first start as a major league pitcher. He actually threw pretty well. Jumping into Maeda versus Soroka on Saturday. We'll talk about that one a little bit more. And then Flaherty versus Fetty on Sunday. That first game against the White Sox on Thursday the 28th. Like I said, it was Crochet's first start, and Tariq Skubal, he got his first start, hopefully Cy Young candidate, and he proved it this week. Yeah, Tigers won a nail-biter against the White Sox. Very big pitching duel, which I did not expect. I thought the Tigers were going to come out to an early lead against Crochet, who hasn't started the game since before COVID in college. And so I thought that they were kind of going to jump out. Not exactly what I expected. He absolutely shoved and dealt, but not as much as Tariq Skubal, man, in the bullpen. Yep, Tigers won 1-0 in a nail-biter here. If you aren't a baseball fan, this is probably a pretty boring game. But honestly, our run was powered by Javi Baez getting that first base hit and stealing a bag. And then later, Andy Ibanez sac fly to get the only run of the game in the third inning. Wild game, really close. Had me on the edge of my seat the whole game, but yeah, that's the end of the first game. Screwball absolutely dealt, man. I mean, I expected a lot of Screwball, I really did. But 6 innings, 3 hits, and 6 Ks. Only 83 pitches, so I thought he could go more, but obviously we're keeping him on a low pitch count. Most of our starters will be that way. And yeah, bullpen came in and absolutely dealt, all right? Shelby Mule came in, gave up a few, we'll call them long strikes, foul balls. But other than that, looked pretty solid. Chafin came in and absolutely dealt, getting them 4 outs there. And then Foley, man, coming in, 2 Ks, that got me pumped up and hype. Yeah, I think he's going to be our closer kind of going through the year. And he did close another game here, so we're going to talk about too. So, yep, that's first game. Pretty exciting opening day in Chicago. And yeah, hopefully we can continue this this pitching streak we got going, which we do in the next few games. Tigers then got a day off on Friday and then opened it back up on Saturday against the White Sox, where we saw a pitching matchup between, well, sort of pitching, Kenta Maeda and Mike Soroka, your former Brave. Well, let's just say the starting pitchers, both of them didn't do too hot. Maeda 3 1/3, giving up 3 home runs, 7 hits total, and 6 earned runs. Now, that's a little bit disheartening, to say the least. Was expecting him to come in a little bit hotter. But then again, the White Sox have seen Maeda a lot, as he was a former Twin. They had a slow day the day before, 2 days before, had a day off to recover, and then came out on fire. The good news is the Tigers were also on fire in their ABs, forcing this game to extra innings, man. Just hard-fought battle between the offenses. But the big news, the big story in this game to me is our bullpen. So Maeda pitched 3 1/3. That means we had guys come in and pitch 5 2/3, and they didn't give up a single run. Gave up 3 hits and no runs after Maeda came out. Faedo, Holton, Lang, Will Vest, and Shelby Miller getting the win there in extra innings. Really awesome game to watch. I hope you got to stay tuned to that one. I didn't watch that game. I was busy with my family for Easter, so I couldn't watch it. But I was watching the score, and I was getting hyped in the corner, cheering and pumping and stuff. So, yeah, Mark Canha with a home run in that game. Riley Green, home run. Parker Meadows, double. I mean, the guys turned out for this day, and it was sweet to see our offense kind of kick it up a notch there.
RBI single, Carson Kelly. They have been late. 2-2. He got him.
And then finally rounding out this series on Sunday, Easter Sunday, the Tigers took it home against the White Sox 3-2 in a matchup against, Jack Flaherty against Eric Fetty there. Honestly, Flaherty pitched phenomenally. You're going to hear me talk about pitching a lot because I love pitching personally, but 7 Ks in 6 innings. With giving up 4 hits, 1 earned run, I mean, I can't ask for much more of Flaherty. That's incredible start from him. I do expect him to maintain that kind of level of pitching. Honestly, phenomenal command out of him. He just had, he looked, you could tell he watched the film from Maeda and said, I got to keep the ball down against these White Sox, get them to get the ball on the ground. They're a team that can pop a home run over once in a while if you leave stuff hanging, and he had Lou Bob struggling, he had Eloy struggling, those heavy hitters, and honestly, phenomenal pitching on him. Tigers offense a little dormant, but Kerry Carpenter with a home run and Jake Rogers as well, getting a hanging slider there. Honestly, a good hard-fought win from the whole team there. Very balanced game. Hopefully the offense can step it up a little bit. But yeah, Flaherty pitched well, Chafin, Holton, and Foley came in and shut the door too. So awesome there. Honestly, I'm going to shout out Tyler Holton. I'm probably going to put some pictures of his on the screen here. I mean, dude painted the corners like I've never seen in that game. I mean, it was phenomenal. Had the White Sox hitters so off balance. 4 outs, all 4 Ks, and they were all painted on the corner. It was phenomenal to see. Completes the series sweep for the Tigers. Put them in first place at the time. And yeah, 3-0 start. Let's keep going, baby.
Take 3 in a row to open the season, all by 1 run for the first time in franchise history.
Jimenez saying laser to left, but it is caught on the run by Green. 2-2 from Struble. That one is laced out in the left field, but making the diving catch is Green.
He got a straight change, and Kevin hit the daylights out of it, but a fine play by Riley Green. Green taking it right off the top of the grass. This is a good effort. Turns the glove over, make sure the ball doesn't trickle away, and Struble is pumped.
Third base, McKinstry to the bag, on to first. Got him. What a double play. Fire up, Chips. Zach McKinstry. Wow. Ground ball to third. That's Urshela with the pick, and he sends it on its way. Oh, what a play by Gio Urshela, Simo.
Ooh, we talked about the glove work, the Gold Glove caliber. Well, it was on display. Take a look at it. Pounced on this baseball, backhands it on the run, going away from his target. Very accurate with the throw.
You press the catcher if you're stealing at will. A lot of good things happen when you run like that.
Maldonado chases Meadows back to center. Oh, what a catch at the wall. Robert straightens this one out. Back it goes. See ya! Luis Robert Jr., his first home run of the season. It's a two-run shot, and the White Sox are on the board. A no-doubter by Luis Robert Jr., getting the fireworks going early on here in the first.
And the Sox put their own two spot on the board to pull within one here in the first inning.
Luis Robert Jr., he did it again! A two-run blast. And it's a 5-3 White Sox lead.
That's two different at-bats where Luis just kept spoiling pitches he couldn't handle before finally getting one he could. And the Sox have taken a two-run lead courtesy of Luis Robert. 2 home runs, 4 driven in.
Here's the 3-2. Slider. Ooh.
30. Pitch number 75 is a punch out.
2-2. And he throws him strike 3.
2019, the last shutout on opening day. The crowd swells. 1-2 from Foley. He busted him, and the Tigers take a pristine shutout on opening day 2024. If it looks like this,
Pitching.
yeah, let's kind of get excited about it. It's 1-0. Take it. You're 1-0, and we'll see you Saturday, huh?
We'll see you on Saturday.
It's just to figure out. Yeah. Goes away with the changeup and got the swing of the mitt. 2-2 Connor, rung him up.
So, in my opinion, great series for the Tigers. Beating the White Sox 3 games, getting that series sweep. Only undefeated team as of right now left in the MLB. I don't think it's going to last for much longer, but it's kind of sweet to see. So the people have been talking about the Tigers pitching a lot and how dominating it is. And I'm going to get into that a little bit. Everyone's also talking about our hitting and how it's, lackluster and inconsistent. Well, I want to talk about our defense first, because this weekend we saw some phenomenal defensive plays that aren't really getting the attention they deserve. So first off, let's talk about Riley Green. He made 2 phenomenal plays this weekend. You're going to see this clip here. This first one, just a nice line drive caught. I mean, it's a tough catch in the way he's running. Full speed, catches down the run, sweet catch. Now here's the showstopper, right? Riley Green's going to dive here and make this catch. The way he tracks that ball is phenomenal. I do miss the Riley Green in center days, right? Because of all the plays he made in center. We're going to see less and less of these because of the position he plays now. But it's sweet that he got 2 this weekend that I can be like, wow, that's phenomenal. Next up here, we got McKinstry making this little double play happen. Fire up Chips, as Jason Benetti said in the broadcast. Former Central Michigan Chippewa, making that nice play. Also, look at Torque get that scoop. I don't know if you noticed that, but Torque just picked that like it was nothing. And I'm really, I know his defensive numbers aren't great stat-wise, but Torkelson, I trust him over there. Here's Gio Urshela making a nasty play. And look at Torque with that stretch. I mean, like I was just saying, Torque, I trust him over there. Nice play by Urshela. Bam, look at that stretch. Nice catch from Torque. I know it's nothing special, but I mean, these are things that a young guy that you want, and he can do that. He's not a liability over there at first, like a lot of sluggers are. And then here's the play of the weekend. Parker Meadows is going to take this one back for being a home run. Martin Maldonado with a crank to center. Meadows jumps up, makes the catch. Phenomenal play by Parker Meadows. That's the play of the weekend defensively for sure, without a doubt. Now, let's get into some stats real quick, though, for this defenseman, or for the defense. 2 errors this year. That's pretty good. That's tied for 7th in the majors. And 1 defensive run saved, tied for 10th, whatever. You can have negative defensive runs. So that's why I'm okay with being at 1. But the real story here is Parker Meadows has 3 already this year by himself. That's tied for 1st in the MLB. And then shout out Gio Urshela and Riley Green for each having 1 as well. Love to keep this defense alive here. And then we're going to talk about the pitching. So here's Maeda's blow-up start. You're going to see these 2 clips here of Luis Robert. I'm just going to play them. Watch this middle fastball that Luis Robert punishes. That ball's going 450. Too bad to see on Maeda. I was expecting a little bit better of a start from him. Just being a veteran guy, also being used to throwing in the AL Central. He probably faced Lubov a lot in these White Sox, probably a good amount. And I feel like he should know that he can't. I mean, obviously it's a mistake pitch. He did not mean to throw it there. You can see where Jake Rogers is set up, and that's not where Maeda threw it. Or maybe this might be Carson Kelly. Yeah, it's Carson Kelly. And then leaves a slider middle as well. A little bit on the outside third, but that's going to get pulled all day. The best hitters, especially guys like Lubov, the best hitters in the league, are going to punish that baseball no matter what. Now, I expect other pitchers to see what happened here and kind of learn from it when facing Lubov and just any other slugger in general, right? You can't leave pitches middle, especially when you don't have a ton of velo, which Maeda doesn't, obviously, and neither does Flaherty, who's right here. I think Flaherty watched Maeda's film or understood something about what happened in yesterday's game, Saturday's game, this being Sunday's game, Easter. Flaherty pitches to Robert a lot different, right? We're in a 3-2 count, so he's kind of been dancing around him a little bit. Hitter's got the advantage here, and look what Flaherty does. He's going to challenge him with a slider low. He buries it low. It's definitely a ball, but gets called for a strike because Jake Rogers' frame job is... Yeah, so, and here's another one, second at bat against Lubov. Look at this. Paint this fastball bottom of the zone, right? Now, what do you notice differently? Right, it's just eye level, right? This is at Robert's lower thigh. Maeda left it up at the belt, so you can see the difference. And Robert obviously doesn't like that low stuff. He's been watching both those go by, and those are probably balls, but they're close enough. They're challenge pitches that you got to fight off, and he should know that. So phenomenal pitching performance by Jack Flaherty. I'm really excited to see him this year. I think he's gonna fit into this rotation really well and be a solid second piece, honestly. And yeah. So also, we'll get into some stats here before we see Foley here, but Tigers second in the MLB in ERA behind the Guardians. I think it's like 1.8 something. I'm going to put on the screen here. I think it's like 1.8. But that's not the real big story. The big story is the bullpen, right? Giving up 1 earned run this year as of this recording. Actually, they're playing right now too, so this could change. I hope not, but 1 earned run in 17 innings pitched. Do the math, that's an ERA of 0.53. Now, can we maintain this? Probably not. Would it be awesome? Absolutely. I do feel really confident with a lot of these bullpen pieces we grabbed in the offseason. Guys developing too, like Holton. You'll see Holton here in a little bit. Foley's developing. I hope Lang's dominant again. Getting Shelby Miller was a great plus. And Faedo being that long reliever guy, I'm excited to see him too. We got a lot of pitchers is the good problem to have. And let's take a look at Foley here. This is my second favorite pitching moment of the week. He's getting this save against the White Sox on opening day. 1-0 game. He just was nails, man. Came in, got those 2 outs, and ended him for the Luis Robert. 101 mile an hour sinker. Did you see that lateral movement on that? That was phenomenal. And yeah, Tigers are going to celebrate their win here. Let's get past here. Actually, my favorite moment I'll introduce here is Tyler Holton this weekend on Sunday's game, Easter. He came in a tough spot, a 2-2 game, and then a 3-2 game, got 4 outs. They were all Ks, and wait to see these strikeouts this man had. I mean, nothing excites me more than watching this. So watch Holton here. He's in a 1-2 count. Again, he's not behind in his count. you'll rarely see Holton behind in his count, and that's something I think is awesome for a middle reliever guy to have. So 1-2, going to challenge Benintendi here. Boom, right on the corner, gets the call. I mean, I felt like I was using Cliff Lee pinpointing on MLB The Show, watching him paint like this. And look, another one, boom. He's hitting the corners as hard as Max Verstappen in an F1 race. Like, I mean, just look at the way that he's tunneling these pitches. I mean, he is tunneling like as hard as Timon and his meerkat friends in The Lion King. And then in the bottom of the ninth here, he's going to get another one here, lefty. Boom, on the corner, sinker breaking inside again. I mean, look at Holton out here carving White Sox like they're pumpkins in late October. That's going to be it for the first Tigers series. They got the sweep against the White Sox in Chicago. Really sweet to see. Took on the Mets this week in a really weird series with a lot of rain, a lot of delays. Took the first one. They're playing their doubleheader as I'm recording right now, and they're actually down, so that's too bad. But we'll see if they bounce back. Second game today, and then the home opener on Friday. Excited for that against the A's, who just had some insane news too, by the way. Check that out. But yeah, going to take down the A's in Detroit this weekend. I hope we get the series sweep again against Oakland at home. We got a fresh rotation ready. Scooble's going to start that first game against JP Sears in Oakland. If you want to keep in touch, stay tuned. Check out the Instagram in the description and the TikTok to see some fire content. Head on over to check out our podcast, The Big D. It's going to post the day after you see this. So, yeah, that's going to be it for me. I'm out of here. Peace. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on to never miss another video of ours. Check out our Instagram at motown.madness for daily posts and content all about Detroit sports. And check out our TikTok, motown.madness, for clips and highlights of each episode.